I immediately, despite spending the past like hour setting everything up, almost forgot to like add in the uh price purity score and the BDM test result, BDSM test results. I don't know how, since that's what I was literally just doing before I set up. Like I'm kind of impressed. I'd say that's a record, but I did say that I was going to get a cup of ice today and then immediately not get the cup of ice and leave an empty cup on the counter. So, anyways, before I start, I guess I'll show those results. Which for the rice purity score, if you don't already know, the you get points taken off for like everything that you've done on this like long. It's like 100 item list. So the lower your score, the more. I, I don't know if you'd call it experienced, degenerate, unsay so, whatever term you would like to use there. So there's a brief little thing before that. Yeah. Yeah. The more corrupt you are, that's a good one. The other one's just preferences. Like the BDSM test results are just like your preferences and what you've experienced and stuff. It's not really corruption. I feel like that. I feel like that one's probably gonna be pretty obvious too. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. That one's a bit. I feel like that does explain a lot about me. Yeah. I wasn't surprised either when I saw it. I mean, look at the model I chose. There's no way it wouldn't make sense. All right. Now on to the fun part. This one has a category that the others don't have, which is simping. Because look, it's gonna make everything a whole lot simpler. There you go. Um, let's see. From the from here on out, I'm just gonna go by what it is because by order. I don't think my mouth works today. Considering how much I talk about him, also birthday boy. But considering how much I talk about him, I'd be concerned if he wasn't up there too. And I think we all know I I think if you know me outside of E2, you will know that there is a single one that will go in this category. But like, let's start at like the beginning of the list. Kura. Yeah, I figured it would be the most entertaining one for me to start with. There's um there's a fair few. I don't think I'm going to get through all of them, but there's a fair few different tier lists and uh I think there's I think there's only one other Smasher Pass, and that one's Genshin characters. But like Kuro, I would put like in between if I could, because like I would love to be friends with him. I think he'd be fun to play video games with and eat instant ramen with. but I don't necessarily always want to smash him. So, but there are the days that I do. So he goes in friends. Lily also goes in friends, but that's because Lily is very pretty. I would not want to make enemies. But I also don't want to. I don't want to smash Lily. Lily just like very friend zone. I would want him to like take care of me. Um. Anyways, I like really tall characters, and JJ is no exception. I don't really know if I can put into words how JJ ended up in that category. He just did. But there's also like the whole priest like thing. Well, priest, yeah, priest like thing. Ah, like twice I've almost tripped over my own headset cord. I'm not moving. I don't know how I did that. Uh, I'm sorry, but Huge just goes in no thanks. Like, he's an interesting character. I like him as a character. But realistically, I probably wouldn't end up being friends with him. Definitely don't want to smash him. Old mind in a young body, so he's not my kid. Uh, Lawless is on the borderline between smash and simp. It's like hmm, that one's a hard choice because I really like Lawless, even including Tsubaki as one of my favorites. Lawless is still my favorite servant, but I don't think it's quite high enough level to be Tsurugi. But I definitely smash him. Oh, Tsubaki is a complicated one too. It's like he'll obviously take care of you, but would I want him to take care of me as like found family, which would go in the friends category, or hmm, hmm, or like there might be a lot more silent thinking than I thought there would be in this. I think Tsubaki would go in friends because like overall I am down for like found family. But I don't think. I think at the end of the day, I might not wouldn't want to smash him. I don't know if that entire sentence made sense. There's no questions about Freya. She is amazing. She like Lawless. She is on that line between like smash and simp. But I still think Tsurugi's technically the only one that'll go in that category. Uh, 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 he also conveniently goes in Smash, but that he's he's one of the like handful of characters that like we know gets bitches. And I mean, if someone that rumors were like flying around town, oh, that's an immortal, walked up to me and was just like, "Hey, want to get out of here?" I wouldn't even say yes. I'd just be following. Should probably have higher standards than that, but it is what it is. He and I like, I would want to be friends with because he is a fascinating character, and I want to know his backstory so bad. Oh, oh fuck! Hold on. I did not put this on. Do not disturb again. I gotta get better at that. All right, Barukia. I like magicians and jesters and sexy clowns. He does seem chill. He seems like he would be the kind of person that like you would legitimately go to for advice and like art, like trying to find like good art stuff, like art museums and like art lessons and stuff. So long as you're his friend, you're safe. I, I don't know whether I would put him in Smash or Friends because, like I said, I do like magicians and jesters and whatever the hell he is. I think at the end of the day, I would consider him too tied to Sabaki to like even try to smash him. I feel like I was intruding on something if I tried. Yeah, like Hegan travels. Like I thought I was gonna hiccup. We're good. He just seems like he would be fascinating to talk to. Saki is my kid. He has no choice. If it helps, my hero also falls under this category. So, you know, just like politely nudge them in the right direction, you know? Yes. I also want to see if the hair swoops like bounce back if you mess with them, or if they just break. Otogiri. Hold on. Otogiri. Uh-huh. I would also want to be friends with her, but she's pretty. I really like her. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, if I was just going for Barukia, it feels like I'd be intruding on something. Yeah, her power is so cool. I, in the most normal way I can say this, I would want to know if her strings cut skin or if like she somehow keeps them, it can like keep them from doing that. Because like other than the ones attached to her, most of the ones we've seen have been over clothing. I just want to know how sharp they are. Because if it's like fishing line, then you can do some damage with fishing line. Okay, so for Shamrock specifically, it has to be him with his hair down. If it's him with his hair down, he can go and smash. If it's him with his hair up like this, it's a no thanks. Like the hair makes it. Well, actually, technically, it would be friends because I think he would be a fascinating person to talk to too. That'll be the nice like medium. But if his hair is down, that is like yes. Although in most of the artwork that has his hair down, he looks like a sad puppy, and it just makes me want to pat him on the head and tell him everything will be all right. This one's another one of my kids. Lilac is that is one of my kids. Yeah, predictably the next two will also be kids because Mary and Yuli. I mean, you know some about them, but you mostly know about them as Lily's like children. Yeah, I want their backstories. Like I want to know more about them. But they are also like so tiny and adorable that they just like go into the that is my child now. Ooh, Ophelia. Um on aesthetics alone, on looks alone. Yeah, I think they would probably were because like they're the ones that he goes to the most often. So like he has to trust them more than the rest. But for most to trust them more than the rest, they'd have to be your first. Yeah. Uh, hold on. Ophelia. Let's see. I'm glad Lawless loved her. Um, that being, and she's very pretty. On looks alone, I would say yes, but if you include her personality and like Lawless into the equation, then I would just have to say, yeah, they have more responsibility. Like the rest of them just kind of like stay at the uh mansion, manor, whatever you'd like to call it. But they like actually go out and about and do things for Lily. I wouldn't. I think I wouldn't necessarily want to be friends with Ophelia, but like I can't describe why not. Like I just think that she would not be the type of person that I would like actively seek out to become friends with. She's too she's too willing to like die for her country. So she can go in the no thanks category. Ah, I hear. You can get squished up here with Sahia. You're one of my kids now. Congrats. You do not get to unvolunteer from that. Hey, same with you. Come over here. I think if Misono did not have the older brother that he does, he would not have. He might would have ended up in like possibly the no thanks category. Because I like Misono as a character, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person I'd be friends with very much. But because of his older brother, that just makes me want to grab him and go, "It'll be okay. Everything will be okay." Speaking of his older brother, mhm, deceptive, scheming, uh, shady, murderous, all things I look for in somebody. Yeah, reasonably. Um, he's he's so close to the borderline with Simpin that like he's probably out of the ones that I've mentioned could be up in it. Uh, he's the closest one. Actually, no. Sir, you got a friend up there. I mean, I know I've got a type, and I know very willing to murder is one of those parts of it, but that really shows here, doesn't it? Yeah, and he does care about his brother for all the fact that like he also directly and indirectly caused his brother quite a bit of trauma. So like that I think that might be what pushed him over the edge truly was the fact that he does in fact care for Misano. He just shows it in very strange ways. It might not end well, but that's just how it's going to be. Actually, there may be a third one that ends uh, up there on the list, coming up quite soon. Uh, yeah, nobody's perfect. So, Tetsu, Tetsu is in that he's my kid now because he's. I know he looks like he's a lot older than he is, but his personality does show he's a good bit younger than the rest, and he's a whole lot more trusting than like most of the others. That's including the guy who picked up a cat and then, oh shit, that's a vampire, and still went with it and trusted him. He is adorable, and I think it's so adorable that he looks up the fuck name. Hold on, cannot believe I forgot anybody's name. Yeah, Yumikage. Yeah, but like he also very quickly put that broom back down and was willing to listen. Like it's not like he did it because he didn't really trust him. He did it because like what the fuck? There's a dude in my apartment, and it's not my uncle. Yeah, he trusted C3 way too quickly though. I blame that on Shuhei. I think if he had not presented himself as like a senpai, he probably would not have trusted him quite as quickly. But he woke up and immediately recognized somebody, and I think that's where he screwed up because he recognized them and just like went, "Oh, I can trust him because I recognize him." Yeah, they kidnapped him, and then the first person he sees when he wakes up is Shuhei, and does not immediately go, "Oh fuck, I don't need to trust this person." I got a full bottle of water. Okay, Lee, Lee, how do you pronounce his name? Is it Lich or Leap? I I know I watched the anime multiple times. That does not make me pronounce it any better. Yeah, if I look, I'm in the same boat as you. If I had been in my hero's position, it's like, dude, maybe you should stop trusting people. Yeah, I tend to pronounce it like leaks. but I don't think that was right. Hold on. I'm Googling things. Well, that's not, that wasn't very useful. Yeah, the only reliable like adult figures that he's met have been Yotaro and debatably Dodo. And like Dodo's reliable because he gets paid to be. Like no offense to Toru, but he's not exactly what I'd call reliable. Right. Uh Izuna, uh she's another one of my kids. Like I just want to protect her from like you don't even have to actually be a child to end up being one of my kids. I just like have to feel this need to protect you. And like from the moment I saw her, I was like, "Oh, she's so precious. I gotta protect her." Although I'm pretty sure she is strong enough to protect me instead. And yeah. Speaking of protecting, so I really like Nico. Um, he is an interesting character. Like, yes, she was so sheltered and like pretty much raised to treat building these weapons as a game, and then like you could tell that nobody ever told her like what they were actually being used for properly. Like she had never seen those things in action until it was literally right in front of her eyes in battle. Because like there was an immediate turnaround, and she was just like, "Wait, no, 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 this is not what I wanted." Which like, good on her that she did not look at that shit going on and go, "Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm okay with this." Hold on, I gotta get re-comfy again. Okay, there we go. So like Nico, I this is going to be a very specific one, but after his hair gets cut and he's got short hair again, he can go up here. Before that, he's like he's down in the friends. But like, I'm gonna leave him up here because like his short hair just makes him amazing. Yeah, with his long hair, he's more on the line between friend and smash for me. But with his short hair, he just like shoots all the way up to the top. I do not remember this friend's name. Is he Ryusei, maybe? Either way, him and Koyuki both end up in the no thanks category. Just because, like, after those first few chapters, they literally become, like, absolutely nothing. Like, we don't know how they're doing. We don't know if they ever, like, looked around and went, huh, man, Maharu sure does seem to get, followed around by weirdos a lot. Yeah, it would also like okay, so if my first interaction with Nico was a good one, like, kind and sweet, he'd still end up in the category that he's in. If it was like him threatening the fuck out of me, he'd still end up in that category. But yeah, uh, both both of their my hero and Sakia's friends just like whoop. I hope they're doing okay. It would be kind of awkward to like get to the end of the story and just find out that they like actually disappeared. I'm assuming that they'll pop up at like the very end. Uh, Toru. Hmm. Yeah, the girl classmate made a reappearance before they did. Like we don't even know if they're in town right now, or if they had like fucked off to who knows where before anything happened. Because like this is still happening over their summer break, right? Like the most recent, yeah, I think maybe. And like, of course, you like to go on vacation and stuff before you have to go back to school when you're like out for the summer. So like, for all we know, they're somewhere else, just like having a grand old time. Yeah, yeah, summer break probably did get a bit extended because of that. Maybe that happened and their parents were all just like, you know what, we're gonna take you to a new town, new school, new friends, no chance of any kind of attacks of any kind. Honey did get air quotes hit by a car, end quotes. I wanna I would love to know how they reasonably explain that to anybody. Because those are not injuries you get from getting hit by a car. Yeah, I would love for that to have been the case, where he's just like sends out a mass text of like, hey, did you know that we're all getting together at like the beach these dates? Like I know it's short notice, but everybody else has been talking about it, so but like nobody else has been talking about it. They just assume that everybody else has. Yeah, or at the very least his close friends. Because like he still spent a year with them, even if he did, you know. So one of my questions is, did he fabricate their memories to make it so that they also believed that he'd been friends for ages, or was it literally just Mahiru and like they just took him on as, oh, he's that friend that we didn't realize Mahiru had. I would, yeah, it seems like he did. Yeah, I mean, considering how close they were with him, he had to have, right? All right, Toru. Hmm. So Toru is one that's an interesting one. It's like he's not exactly my type to smash. But like he's actually on the border between friends and no thanks because of how often he has to be away for work. Cause like he does seem a tad bit flaky. Yeah, like I think he's going to go into the no thanks category because I feel like being friends with him would involve going, hey, maybe you should like take a break from this stuff and go check on your nephew. Like, go spend time with your literal family, please. Let's see. Is this Dodo? The last time I saw him was reading the manga, so I don't remember what he like actually looked like in the anime, and I think this is a image from the anime. Yeah, Haru means well, and you can tell it. He had no idea what he was doing when he took on a child. Like I imagine that his apartment was probably very abandoned prior to bringing in my hero. Like I feel like he was probably one of those ones who practically lived at C3. Oh, I wonder if I can pop my back. I can. Oh, that felt good. We may get through even less of these things than I thought because I wasn't expecting this one to take this long. We're only like halfway through the characters. So yeah, Dodo. As much as I like Dodo as a character, I think he would also go in the no thanks category because like, who am I kidding? He's. I have no reasoning behind that one. Most of them I have reasoning behind. I got. I can't explain that one. He just goes in the smash and I live with it. Yeah, it's clear that Toru like wants the best for my hero, or he wouldn't have taken him in the first place. But he was not equipped, and it has shown in the way my hero handles things. Because my hero has taken in the good parts of his personality and like almost amplified it to make up for it, for like him not really being there. Yeah. If yeah, Dodo's such a Dodo's another one that I would love to like get more info on. But it is what it is. I feel like he's one that we'll never get more information on. Uh Shuriko's in Friends. Like I adore him. I would want to be his friend so bad. I would also beg him to drink something other than coffee. Because he very much seems like the type to like literally every time you see him have a new freshly opened can of coffee in his hand. And it and I swear it would only ever be canned coffee. Yeah, Dodo like the stuff that Dodo can do is like very obvious that he like is has like significant training in like a lot of areas. And I would love to know how he got it. Like, was it taught to him after he was hired, or did he already know that going in? And yeah, Shuhei is. I adore him. I don't adore him quite as much as Izuna does, but I adore him. So we've made it to Yumi. Um, how do I say this? Yeah, yes, yes. Yumi is definitely Smash. So is Jude. Um, like I don't know how I feel about like liking Tsurugi so much and then immediately just being like, yeah, I also want to smash his friends. I think I've mentioned it off stream before, but June has DILF energy that like I didn't know I liked. I do think my chances of ever getting with him would have been very, very slim. But like, yeah, shit. You could probably pay Tsurugi to not care. Like, if I had thought to add in like a husband category, June would be in it. Like, hold on. Is there a? Oh, you can't. Hold on. Gonna fix it. Stop doing that. Um, I don't know. We'll just leave it whatever color it is because I don't feel like going through and changing all of them. Ah, there we go. Special category just for him. It's going to annoy me that the colors aren't correct anymore. Hold on. I was just not gonna mess with it, but I feel like it's kind of weird that they go from red downward towards green. Anyways, all right. Krantz. He um he almost goes into Smash just for like his ability to just take whatever's thrown at him. The holy water and the water gun is still like a brilliant idea. And like yeah, like some of it I imagine would have been stuff that he knew before. But like some of it he had to have been taught while he was there, right? For Dodo? Because like yeah, pretty much everyone at the Elysian Mansion can fight. Which does make me wonder if like they were planning on pushing some more into of them into C3 if they ever ran low for like the humans. Yeah, Krantz seems like he would be so fun to hang out with because he just seems like the kind of person that would have the like off the wall ideas. Like who the fuck thinks of putting holy water in a water gun and using it to tame uh you know the little like feral porcupine over here. Yeah, I know he's technically labeled as a hedgehog, but I could see why there's the theory that he is a porcupine. Oh, true. I didn't think about that. It's like if you got that much money, I don't doubt that like you'd also make a lot of enemies. So if Lily's not in the house, then you would need as many hands on deck if somebody did try to break in and attack. Uh, yeah. Oof. Okay. So yeah, humans who aren't aware of vampires, yeah, you'd also like need to be able to knock them down a couple of pegs just in case too. For Guildenstern, he goes into my no thanks. Like, I'm sorry, the mascot costume is a big part of it, but also underneath the costume, he's just not my type. Like, he's great for Lawless, and I am glad that Lawless has him as a subclass because I really think Lawless would be lost as fuck without having Gil there next to him. But he just does not seem like my type to be friends with or my type to smash. Stretch. And I'm gonna grab some more water. This is the first time in like weeks that the water that's come out of the tap has been really cold, and I think it's because of the storm. The hurricane ended up turning into a tropical storm before it hit, and then never actually hit. We just got some rain, and then it fucked off into the ocean. Yeah, so apparently I did not jinx myself into hurricane Tom fuckery. I jinxed myself out of it. Yeah, I could hang out with Gil like under the condition of like hanging out with Lawless, but I don't think I would hang out with Lawless outside. I don't think I would hang out with Gil outside of hanging out with Lawless. So I gotta plug in this thing. There we go. Oh, sorry, that was a hiccup. Yeah, the the wood knocking for sure helps. Okay, Johann Mimir Faustus. I love this motherfucker's name. I love that he is like 6 foot ungodly. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Gil would be a mutual acquaintance type of thing. Johann Mimir Faustus. He I want to be friends with him because I want to know what the fuck is going on inside that head with them spider legs of his. He would. Like I really like the research side of things. Like in any series where you're fighting supernatural creatures and you've got like a branch that's trying to research them, I want to be in the branch that's trying to research instead of the one that's fighting. And I would love to pick his brain because I bet he's done some fucked up stuff in the name of science. And I bet it has gotten him some answers. But also, he almost would go into the Smash category, but every time I think of him, yeah, he's. Have you ever noticed that the straws have like the little like what are they called? The little like marks to show liquid level. So I almost wonder if he's actually chewing on pipettes instead of straws. But like every time I think about him, I think about that one like panel with him in the chair, and until I saw how tall he was, I thought it was just a tiny ass chair. But no, him and them little gangly legs and arms of his were sitting in a regular size chair. He's just like, what is it, 6'7"? Oh, let me look it up. Johannes Mimir Faustus is 211 centimeters tall. That is. I'm pretty sure it's 6'7", but let me double check. Yeah, he's Mikumi's friend, so like I'd end up friends by proxy. Oh, 6'11". Sorry, not 6'7", 6 foot fucking 11. Why? Why does he have to be so tall? JJ's 7 foot something, but that's like with the paper bags. JJ's 250 centimeters tall with the bags. Wait, oh, 8'2". Wow, I don't know my numbers anymore. Well, I can't say that Mikuni doesn't have a bit of an ego, so maybe that's his way of like humbling himself in the most messed up way. Because if JJ's 8'2" with the bags, but the bags look like they add about a foot or so, like maybe a bit more. So he's possibly closer to like 7 foot tall without the bags, and that's still tall. Okay, let's see. Actually, I changed my mind. There's two people that are going to be in that will fight in a Denny's parking lot category. He has a goal to find someone taller to serve him. Maybe he does. Maybe that's what. Maybe that's what's going on. Yes, like without question, he like inner sloth smash might not come out of it alive, but I'm down for it. I've lived a good little alchemist assistant's life. Yes, like even before, like when it was much more likely that he'd just kill you for funsies. Ah, my foot fell asleep. Okay. His name was Cappuccino, right? Yeah. Um, I'm not gonna lie, he's really pretty. But I'd smash him. I'd have to ask him at some point why he has his own name tattooed on his face, but I'd smash him. I I do think that that would probably be a question I would blurt out in the middle of things and just completely ruin the mood. But like there would be a point where I'd be looking at him at like have to know, and then there would be no filter. Oh, we're here to two of my favorites. They both go in the friend category because I know there's no coming between them. Well, you gotta move down here. I can't put them anywhere else. Both Gil and Ray. I would love to be friends with them. And they have really nice designs, but I could not smash them. Oh, I don't even wait. I'm still in the just chatting category, aren't I? I think I am. And I'm just doing tier lists and Smash or Pass. Yeah, it's the same situation as Baruchia, where where it would feel like you're trying to get between something that's already established. So and unlike Baruchia and Sabaki, I don't think there would be any coming between them properly. Like, I don't think you could get in as a third. You certainly can't get in, like, one on one with either of them. Yeah. These are Sir Vamp, which is an amazing manga. It doesn't have much of an anime, but the anime is good too. I, I still have a thing for the bloodline. Uh, Gear goes up in the top too. I did not realize I had that many that were going to fit in that category. Yes, they're more evil found family and vampires. Yes, it is amazing. The ones that I would fight in a Denny's parking lot, I can definitely say I would not come out of that fight alive. I would pull Yotaro and just like yeet myself from whatever continent I'm currently living on to follow year around. Like I would not try to keep him out of trouble, so I would never be able to replace Yotaro. Explain the story with a color and emotional in a video game made before 2012. Ooh, hold on. I'm not good at that kind of thing. Hold on. An emotion is would be hmm. Oh no, a time limit. That's even worse. Uh, I have no sense of time. Hold on. Um, I think the color would be blue, but that's also like this aqua blue color is also the color that's like the main color of Servamp. Uh, just a little bit. Let's see. An emotion would be, I guess. Hmm. It's trauma and emotion because like so many of the characters have intense trauma. And then a video game made before 2012. I don't know. I don't. Hmm. Hmm. I don't. Hold on. I don't know if I can think of one that would. Hmm. Let's see. Of course. Let's see. Yeah, I can't think of a video game to put with it. Alright. I'm an alchemist, not a philosopher. Oh yeah, Danganronpa did come out before 2012. Uh, yeah, that you know what? You're right, Ruby. That That would be a good comparison. I'm going to go ahead and pop him into no thanks because, like, I don't even remember his name. Let's see. All right, Iori. Um, you know what? Iori would go in friends for me. Because, like, he seems like he would be an interesting person to talk to. Not to mention, I want to smash his little brother. I think it might be going a bit too far to put him anywhere else. Yeah, he also deeply cares about his siblings. Let's see. We got Mikado next. I lost my water bottle. Hold on. Found it. Yeah, he was also willing to sacrifice himself for like friends of his siblings. He and like friends of his like relatives of his friends. Yeah, he would be one of those ones that would like hover in between the no thanks and will fight. If he wasn't doing what he did out of like almost obsessive love for his children, he would be in the we'll fight in a Denny's parking lot. Let's see. What was her name? Was it Mitski? Yeah, Mitski. Um, she is she's scary, but like yeah, yeah. His inferiority complex destroyed his family. Oh, ow, fuck, bones. Okay. Uh, Sometimes the experiments don't really sit well with me. Uh, but everything's good now. Yeah, I would also want to be friends with her, but she also has a very nice design, and she's scary. Like that's a win-win for me. Yay, more hiccups. Oh. Yeah, he, I mean, he's earned his roasting. I'm not gonna lie. I know their name. I just don't remember it at the moment. Starts with an M. Miyaku. Miyako. Yeah. Friends. Because like, jeez, yeah, he's taking steps to do better. Yeah. Um, the only reason I don't is because I know that Miyako is married and like very clearly in love, or would not talk about her husband as much as she does. Like that would be another case if I feel like I'm interrupting something. This picture is like weirdly tiny and slightly blurry. That is that is that Mahira's mom? 'Cause I think this one is Akira. Is it like this one is like the rest of the pictures are really good quality, but like this one's not very good somehow. Uh, she goes into thing. Oh, his mom is over here. Also, a strangely not good quality picture. Ah, yeah. Um, so we're now to June's very lovely wife. Um, who I would definitely put in the friends category because in what we do get to see of her, she seems like she would be a fascinating person to talk to. Although I do find it very, I would love to know her reasoning behind being in C3 because when June was talking about leaving C3 to for a safer family and stuff like that, she's the one who talked him out of leaving before her death. Like, I would love to know her reasoning behind being in C3. Because if you're pregnant or have just had a baby, and your husband's like, you know what, maybe we should leave this very dangerous organization and find somewhere much calmer and more normal and more like safer, like safer jobs, safer homes, safer like area. Yeah, yeah, and she was back working like very shortly after she gave birth. Speaking of, that's my kid. Taco is like so adorable. And I love how much he threw Gil off when he was just like, I don't have a mom, but I have three dads. But like, yeah, yeah, June. I don't, I don't think he ever thought there was gonna be a day where like, not only does he have a ton of help raising his son, but he has a ton of help even from like the entire species that he was trying to destroy. Yeah, like, and they had no hesitation about taking him in. Like, I need to know what that conversation was like that led to Gil, like, walking around with Takuto. Like, how did that happen? Like, did Izuna, like, vouch for him? Oh, she wasn't awake yet. Was she awake yet? But, like, I, I feel like he'd be the type that, like, unless it's him, Yumi, or Saruki, he would be very hesitant to let his son out of his sight, especially with a vampire. I I need to know how that conversation went. You. I will fight you in a Denny's parking lot. There are no further questions. And I feel like it doesn't need an explanation. Oh, look, same with you. But for different but similar reasons. Technically, ah, but I thought he was up and awake by the time of that, because hadn't he already had his conversation with Sarugi that ended with Sarugi berating him and Yumi, which you could tell from both of their expressions was a very unusual thing. I may be wrong because I don't. Sometimes if I read things fast enough, the timeline just kind of gets wonky. So I may need to go back through and reread that part. Oh look, Papa Sayuki. Um, this is a harder decision than I thought it was going to be because we don't see much of it, but he's got some confidence there. He's got charisma. Yeah, he's right on the line between these two for me. I think I'd have to put him in friends because he does toe that line, but I think at the end of the day, I'd rather be friends with him than smash him. Yotaro also goes in the friends because he is also very close to that line, but I feel like he's only got eyes for gear and would just totally ignore anyone else. Yeah, I am very well aware that I would not win a fight with either of them. But Jermaine looks like he would trust you enough not to physically retaliate that you could catch him off guard and get at least one good punch in before you're just dead. Toma is Toma has to be fully prepared for somebody to fight him at all times. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Jermaine also seems like he might would crumple if you punched him. I don't even know if it would be the actually you beat him or sheer surprise, and then he just doesn't want to fight back. Because I mean, he did create an entire class of creatures that just an entire class of creatures to fight for him, and then that did not pan out for any of them. So honestly, I don't know. Maybe I could win that fight. Because then he also went on to help found an entire uh, organization that centered on fighting the things that he created. And it doesn't actually say anywhere in it that he was part of the ones that were fighting vampires or fighting werewolves or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe I could take Jermaine. Still, just because he was able to block an attack. does not mean that I would not be willing to like go underhanded methods if need be. He was probably also expecting. Yeah, he would have strong defense. I'm persistent though. I think I could. I think I could whittle down that defense. Yeah, he'd never expect the pocket sand. And I mean, bonus points if I can figure out some alchemy applications with that sand. Maybe that will finally get my alchemy certification. But like Toma, yeah, I know I'm not winning that. Yes. Okay, so I know how to knit, but I think it would be just so fun to watch Yotaro knit because he just like every time it's shown him knitting, he looks so happy, and I think it would be just fun to watch. He's going in the no thanks. I don't remember his name. I think it was another Italian like themed like drink. Yeah, he does. Stretch. We are almost to the other one that will go in this category. I would I want to smash her or would I want to be friends with her? Because I feel like she'd be an interesting person to be friends with. Like even though we don't really get to know much about her. Hmm. I think I'd put her in the like friends category because like she's another one that I feel like she would know a lot of things that like you wouldn't expect. Yeah, like she has to know some stuff. Like I do wish we could get like more flashbacks either from like Toma's side or Toru's side of her in life because I want to know more of her backstory. I want to know like I need to know how Toma rizzed her up. Like how? Like he already had a whole ass kid. So I'm not gonna lie. Inner Wrath also goes up here. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just like a Sharona family thing that my heroes get in this whole I can fix something because like that's the only bit I would if I wasn't so dead set on fighting him in a Denny's parking lot. Toma would be in the smash. I'm not gonna lie, but there's enough fucked up about him that was still fucked up back before my hero was born that she had to have had I can fix him like itis or something. Yes, Frey does seem like he'd be fun. Especially after that like dance fight type thing that him and Izuna did. Like that looks like he just looks like he would be a ball of fun. Are you good B or bad B? Hold on. I think good B is the like waiter one. Um, I'm double checking real quick before I like actually say anything. Hold on. Uh, yeah, I do wonder that because like Freya, like very much cared about their past Eve and like moved on out of necessity. But like she was married to their past Eve for who knows how long. There's no way that Frey did not also get attached. Considering that like uh Innersloth got attached to Mahiru, there's no way that Frey did not get attached to their past Eve. Ah, yeah, they've been married for like ages. Like, and if they had, even if they'd had only, even if they'd only recently gotten married, then that's still like, I'd say at least 50 years. Because, like, even if they'd met when her Eve would have been like more middle aged, that's still a long time. I'm like 95% sure Goodby is the like butler waiter type one, which either way goes into the no thanks category. But Goodby is going into this category over here because she has a very pretty design. Like I'm just not very fond of no, she's she's bad B because she starts with like bad evening and stuff. So she will be bad B. Good B just like does not interest me at all. But bad B I find very interesting. you you talk shit to Sarugi. You can fuck off. And I don't remember his name at all. I know he had one, didn't he? But he's just like here to help what's his name that I've also forgotten the name of because I he annoyed me. Yeah. Although I do have to say I do like his thing about translating because like I think every interaction that this dude has had with anybody in C3's Tokyo branch would have gone so much worse if he was not going, you know what, screw whatever he just said, I'm going to say things that sound good. Yeah, Sigurd. Yeah, I still want to fight him in a parking lot. Well, it's only taken an hour and a half to do this one, but it's like completely done now. It's kind of fallen. The bottom edge of it has kind of fallen off of my thing. Hold on, let me see if I can resize this a little bit. Oh, I just finished is there. It kind of fits. I just finished Servamp Smasher Pass. Which like I strongly recommend Servamp. It's really good. I totally did not lose a bunch of sleep binge reading it. To be fair, I have a bad habit of binge reading whenever whenever something catches my interest. Yeah, he did get slightly better because yeah, you're right, he did call them out on letting teens do their dirty work. But I still find him to be a currently irredeemable asshole. Like I said, you talk shit about Sarugi, you can fuck off. Especially when you're just like, yeah, no, you going on the front lines because you are like the descendant of a werewolf and a powerful mage. Yes, no, you can fuck off. Uh, yes, he does. And I think he's got enough ego that I could catch him off guard. Once again, I would not come out of this fight a winner, but it would be satisfying. All right. How many more of these did I have up here? We're not doing all of these. Just saying. I think the next one will probably go quicker. Like, this one is now done. Yeah, yeah, and that was what pissed me off so much. Okay, so going to move on to this one. Yeah, the translator boy does need a raise, like without a doubt. So I was tempted to just do the yeah. I was tempted to just do the this by whether or not I had them, but I think I'll just like say whether or not I have them in game as I'm like popping them into their little categories. Um, I'd be friends with Ether. Obviously, I mean, I have Ether. I just noticed Lemming's not on the list. Uh, Female traveler is not on the list for this one. Did not realize that until this moment. Let's see. I would look. It's not just because I'm an alchemist assistant or technically a homunculus, even though I'm not too sure what fucked up with the recipe that made me and gave me these ears. I just really like Albedo. He's I appreciate his strange dedication to experiments. I too often do things until I get the answers that I need and then just like drop them. I think I'm going to move this back so that it's like filling up like slightly bigger because I don't think I'll manage to like get so much in there that Words. I don't think I'll be able to get so much in there that you won't be able to see the bottom edge of them like the other one. I'm sorry, but Amber has like protect me energy. Like I just want to protect her and like call her adorable. Like I am fully aware that she is well versed in fighting. It does not make me want to consider her my kid any less. Actually, the same with Ayaka. Also, I have Albedo and I have Amber because she's one of the ones that you get like at the start. I do not have Ayaka. I did not try for Ayaka at any point. Uh, Barbara's also in this category. I have Barbara. Um, Beto gets to go and smash because she took down a sea monster. Yes, please. I know very little outside of Genshin. Yeah. I just kind of ignore most of the fandom drama. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, I play. I have like one friend on there that's somebody that I've known for ages, and he only pops up every once in a while, like maybe once a year, to come scavenge supplies, like flowers and stuff that I haven't picked, and that's it. So I just kind of like vibe in silence for mine. Yeah, Beto once fought and took down like a monster, like a sea monster. She's the captain of a pirate crew. Yeah, it's very hard on just about anything. Like my laptop's a very good laptop, and it occasionally struggles with Genshin. And I originally moved it off of my tablet because it was making my tablet run so hot. But I have spent money in this game, which means that I have to have it on mobile somewhere in order to spend more money on the game. Yeah. Okay, I Bennett's another one that's in my like that's my child zone. So I adore Bennett. I adore that he is an adventurer with like the worst luck ever. I would love to take him on adventures with me, even if it means like I will definitely get lost in every dungeon and definitely fall into every trap and definitely pull him out of every other trap. Yes, yes, that is a great description. He he is so unlucky, but he is so precious. He is so good-hearted. Okay. Chongyun also goes into That's My Kid now. Chongyun was one of the first characters I made. Uh, I used him so much. Like he was, I think he was the first character that I hit friendship level 10 with. He's an exorcist, but he has too much. I think it's yin. No, wait, hold on. Yang energy. Hold on. Let me look it up because he has too much of one kind of energy. So if he's not like constantly keeping himself cool, he goes a little off the rails. And he has so much of that energy that it's like scares away all of the things he would be exercising. He has too much yang energy. Like he is precious. And he looks up to Xiao uh like so much. I think it's adorable because like Xiao is, you know, destroyer of demons. D-Luke. D-Luke has money. D-Luke has a winery. D-Luke has no fucks to give. Oddly, okay, so Chongyun is a Claymore, and so is Diluc, and Diluc was my first 5 star. So for a long time on my team, you had a Cryo Claymore and then a Pyro Claymore, and that was it. Like, sure, there were others, but I didn't really use them. Uh, Diona. Hold on. We need to just, like, meh. Mm, add a row above, I guess. Meh. Oh, Diluc? Yeah, I like Diluc's design. I specifically really like Diluc's fuck. What is that thing called? What is it? Red Dead of Night. Hold on. Let me see if I can real quick. This. I love this skin. Like I got that skin because high ponytail. It didn't make me go back to playing him though. Uh, like I just don't really have opinions on Diana. So there's a so I love Venti. Venti is like hands down my favorite character, and it's totally not biased because I share a birthday with Venti. Um, Venti is an alcoholic bard, and Diluc owns one of the bars. Well, one of the taverns. So just about any time you mention Diluc or have like fan art of Diluc or like official art or anything of Diluc in the bar, you'll probably also have Venti in the bar. Official is another one of my kids. Official has like the middle schooler syndrome that I've mentioned a couple of times. She is adorable though. Like part part of one of the summer events, not this most recent one, but the last one, really delved into her story and like what's going on inside her head. And I just thought it was amazing. But it annoys the piss out of me that uh you can't go back and replay like stories that you've like played in events. And like there's a lot of lore that they put in events that they don't like ever let you replay. And that annoys me. Ganyu. Mm, Ganyu's another one that I like. I like her design, but I don't have her, and I've never like I've done the like stories that have involved her and all of that, and I think she's sweet. I just Hu Tao. Um, I would want to be friends with Hu Tao. Hu Tao was I have Hu Tao. Hu Tao was one of the first 5 stars that I wailed over. Like when I started playing Genshin, I started playing at the tail end of Xiao's banner, and Hu Tao's was the first one to come after that. And for a long time, I played her as well. Like after that point, it just became a team of like Chongyun, Diluc, and Hu Tao, and like a random one that I had thrown on. I think it was Ether. But she's a very she's just so adorable. Like she's a funeral director, but she also like hands out coupons for buy one get one free kind of thing, or I think it's buy one get one half off for funeral plots, which is kind of messed up. But she also gets into rap, basically rap battles with Sing Cho down here. Let's see, Jean. I'd have to say pass. Like she's just not my type. I have her. I got her on accident because she's one of the like standard ones that you can get if you lose a 50-50 or just in the standard banner. I've actually I think got her C1 or C2. Yeah, it's a useful coupon. Just still kind of messed up. Let's see. Jean is the acting grandmaster of the uh, Knights of Favonius in Mondstadt. Like she's a very responsible person, and she desperately needs a vacation. But like she's a very good mom figure, but she's just not really my type to either end up being friends with or smash. Kaya, I would smash Kaya. I went out of my way to speed through the event when I finally got a chance to play the summer event and got his skin because it pretty. He does. He looks so cool, and he's one of those characters that like never entirely sure if what he's telling is the truth, which I like in characters. Kaching, I have her, but she's just she's one of those ones that's not interesting to me. I've tried playing her, and like I don't really like her play style, which I've had people tell me that that's weird because I really like playing Ayato down here, and apparently they have very similar play styles, which I don't know if that's true. Klee, that's my kid. She will blow up anything and everything. Uh, she frequently ends up in solitary confinement, like because like she likes throwing I think she calls them jumpy dumpties or something into ponds and blow up the fish. I have tried to get her before. I don't have her, but I have tried. Lisa, uh, yes, she's well educated. She's incredibly smart. She works as a librarian. I really like Lisa. Oh, Lumine is in here. I'd be friends with Lumine too. I apparently missed her like every time I looked at it. No, that's Senora. I don't think Senora's on here because she's not a playable character. Uh, Senora's a very interesting one too. She's part of the harbingers for the Fatui. I don't have a tier list for the Fatui. Probably should have done that too. I'll remember to do that next time. I'm not going to remember to do that next time. Yeah, no, that was Senora. Mona. She's the other one that gets in the category because, like, I don't have her. I've played through her story. Like, she's a good character. She's an interesting character. I just, eh. She's one of those ones that I feel like I like just don't care about enough. This is totally not a bit of bias because I am still mad that I have not gotten her. She is the only standard banner character that I do not have, like standard banner 5-star that I do not have. Ningguang. She can go up here. She got money, she got smarts. She got power. She got a title that I do not remember how to pronounce. Oh, Noelle. I would put her in Friends because she's precious. She's the she's a maid for the Knights of Favonius, and she wants to be one of the knights. And she is trying so hard. Actually, she has just ended up in That's My Kid now. uh, Chi Chi. Mm, like I have Noelle, by the way. Uh, Chi Chi. She's just in the because like she's adorable, but I don't really care about her. Like she's one of those ones that's another interesting character, but I I have her. When I lose my 50/50s, usually it's to her. Uh, Razor, kid raised by wolves. That's my kid now. Yeah. Noelle is adorable, and she has a very pretty design. Ooh, Sucrose. Friends. She is Albedo's assistant, and she is a bundle of social anxiety and adorableness. I wanted so bad to be able to main her or like use her as like a main support, and I just don't like her playstyle. Child, I probably should have made a simp category because like yeah, he would definitely go in it. He's another one of the Fatui Harbingers like Senora, but he fell into the abyss. Uh, Definitely harboring some trauma that he I don't think has addressed properly, and fucking loves fighting. Venti, ooh, Venti, I will be friends with. Um, I would say, mm, I would say Smash for Venti, but in the end, I would probably prefer like just drinking and listening to him talk about like the things he's seen in his like 2,000 fucking years of existence instead of smashing. Shangling, I adore her. She will cook and eat anything. She is also friends with Chongyun, who, if you recall, I said has to keep himself cool. Yeah, Venti's definitely got some wild stories. Yeah, the thing is, I don't doubt that he would make up stories just to make them more interesting, but he also has enough wild stories that sound like they should be made up that he probably wouldn't have to, and you still wouldn't be sure whether or not to believe him. Xiangling once snuck peppers into Chongyun's food, and it remember how I said he has to stay like cool, or he goes a little off the rails. They were having a hard time keeping him getting him back on the rails after she snuck peppers into his food. Yeah, my favorite types of lying characters are the ones where you're like, huh, I can't tell if you're telling the truth or not. This sounds like a wild story. And then you find out that it was, in fact, true. And then, like, the next time you hear, like, a totally mundane story, and nope, that one was a lie. But yeah, so Xiangling, Changyun, and Sing Cho, who's fixing to come up, and a couple are, like, all friends. And it's really cute. Xiao, look, he's short, and he's got a lot of destructive energy in his burst. And he has a complex. I, I don't exactly know how to describe that complex, but he's got one. He's getting better about it. But yeah, absolutely. He is. He's very much my type. When he's in his burst, I tend to refer to it as a chihuahua on a trampoline. It's like he gets amplified bouncing. Like he can like jump a whole lot better, and all of his like downward smash attacks are like AOE animo damage when he's in his burst. So you're just like bouncing up and down to get the most damage. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it, but I do have both Venti and Shangling as well. I have Xiao. I it took me for I thought it was going to take me forever to get Xiao. He is. He's a very bouncy boy. I adore him. Uh, I I did not think I was going to get Xiao. Like it took forever for his rerun banner to come around, and I had been so mad that I had not gotten him on his first one when I first started playing that I had been waiting so long for that one. And then I ended up maining him. Like he's still the main of my second team, which I think is titled Itty Bitty DPS. Let's see. Singcho. He's in the That's My Kid Now category. He's a very interesting character. Like he reads a lot of books, he writes books, uh, and he's studying uh, it's Guhua, I think is how it's pronounced, method of fighting, and he's like one of the last ones, I think. And he is constantly like dragging Chongyun around to places, going, "Oh, I know this one's haunted, and maybe you can try that one." And then, of course, that doesn't work out because Chongyun chases everything away. Let's see. Xinyan. I think she would be a ball. Like, I think she would be just so fun to spend the night with. Because uh, she's like she's a musician. But she's like very rambunctious. But she's very sweet. I have her as well. And I have Singcho. My freeze team, like for the longest time, it has only recently changed. No, it hasn't really changed. Uh, but it's Singcho and Chongyun. Like I now also have Ayato that I use, but as a standard, if I say I am playing with a freeze team at any point on Genshin, it's these two, and then like just other characters that I know will do damage. Because Xingqiu's burst is very useful for like application and for application of hydro. But Chongyun's skill puts down a field where if you're just attacking normally, you do cryo damage, which means that if you like swing out his that field and then switch to Xingqiu and uses burst, then you can apply hydro and cryo all at once. So Zhongli, uh, please. Zhongli, I have Zhongli. I actually like on accident got him C1, which means that I get not one but two rock pillars that I totally don't make dick jokes about all the time. I jokingly called him Geodaddy once and then it stuck and then I can't stop doing it, which has made for a very awkward moment one time because I was in a call with somebody and his and Zhongli, when you hold down his skill and he puts up his pillar, he also puts a shield around you. And his shield broke, and I said, "I need Daddy," and not, and then had to correct him and be like, "No, no, no, I mean Zhongli." Yeah, it's like he was made for him. He's also the reason why I don't dodge. Cause like, why dodge when I can use this burst and literally like send a meteor down? Let's see, Rosaria. Mm, I would like to be friends with her because she's a fascinating one. She's part of the church, which Barbara is also part of. They're both part of the Church of Favonius, but Rosaria is more of like the rebel nun who's like still faithful but very much doing her own thing and doesn't really like do things on like the time frame of others. What are you doing over there? Anyways, let's see, Eula. Hmm. Eh, she just have to go in the category. I have her. I have Rosaria too. Uh, like I have Eula. I've played her story, but she's not one that I would like really want to smash. She's not really one that I would like that I could see myself really being friends with. But I wouldn't actually. I would put her in the past one because I do like her. I just she wouldn't be in either of those categories, but I do care about her enough to not put her in the eh. Oh, what was your name? Yanfei? Yeah, Yanfei. You're an interesting one. I would like to talk to you about law. She's uh I think she's a lawyer. Let me double check that real quick. Um, yeah, she's a legal advisor. She's also half illuminated beast, which I think Ganyu is also half illuminated beast. I think Ganyu is specifically like half fuck, what is it called? Uh, hold on. Uh, I think it's pronounced Chilen. Let's see. Um, let's see. To Kazuha. I'd want to be friends with Kazuha. Kazuha's Kazuha's already lost a friend, and I have to go stop Sushi from doing something stupid. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Kazuha is not afraid to go toe to toe with literally some of the most powerful beings in the universe of Genshin Impact. Yeah, so she had pulled out one of the bags that I have sat to one of the paper bags sat to the side, or not paper bags, plastic bags, like grocery bags, and had almost gotten herself tangled up in it. So I wanted to fix that before she got too tangled up. Alright, so Yoimiya, I'm just gonna have to pass. Like, she's an interesting character. I like her as a character, but she has way too much energy for me. Like, she makes fireworks and stuff, which is cool, but she's not really my type to smash. And I feel like I would be running like 24/7 if I tried to be friends with her. Alright, Sayu. She is a shinobi, and a very sleepy one at that. But she is adorable, and I must protect her. Mm, I'm not sure what's up with that one. That looks like Kazuha and Beto, but just gonna leave that one to the end. Raiden Shogun slash A. Um, she would also go in my path because she's an interesting character. Like she is the one of the most yeah. Mine are just sat to the side. I should probably fix that. I just watched Sushi crawl in between a bookshelf and a dresser. Yeah, she's the one who created the Wanderer. She's the one who killed Kazuha's friend. She's the one that Kazuha went up against. Um, she she is very powerful, but her treatment of the Wanderer versus her treatment of the Raiden Shogun puppet is part of what puts her in the past category. Mm, Sarah, I think I'd also put her in. Well, no, I'll put her in pass because like she's kind of same. Like she's an interesting character. Yeah, yeah. Not even kidding. Oh, hello. I'm doing Smasher Pass for Genshin. Let's see. Sarah just goes in that category. She's an interesting character, and I care about her enough to not put her in this category. But I don't think I would enjoy being friends with her, and I don't think I would try to smash her. Oh, oh wait, I don't think I've mentioned like most of the last ones. I have Yanfei. I did not get Yoimiya. I did try a couple of times because I wanted a pyro archer. I have Kazuha. I have Kazuha C1. I love him so much. I have Sarah. I did not get A. I never tried for A. I have Sayu. Uh, what were you doing? Do you want to come over here? Please don't step on the computer. There we go. Uh, Kokomi. I have Kokomi. I would want to be friends with her because she's a very interesting like general. Like she's very good with tactics and stuff, and I would love to like listen to her talk about them and learn what I could. Has anybody actually ever played Alloy? Like they gave her a page for Constellations, like they were going to continue that collaboration and then never did anything with it. I don't remember the game she's from originally. Hey, don't play with those. Those are the strings to my hoodie. You cannot eat them. Toma. Toma gets. I like Toma. I don't really play him much, but I do have him. Uh, let's see. He reminds me of. He kind of reminds me of My Hero from Servant. What are you doing? So she has decided that being a nuisance is her full time job. Um, let's see. Honestly, I think someone from Servamp would win because, like, I think Toma would care a little bit too much about somebody else's life to just like. Let's see. Ito. I would want to be friends with Ito. Ito is a himbo. Like that's the only way I can describe that. His quest is fun though. Goro. I like Goro's in Goro's very good in battle. Although he is a more than slightly obsessed with Kokomi's battle tactics. Shinha. Oh, I have Toma, Ito, and Goro. Ito was one that like I could have not gotten, but then I sat there and I was like, you know what? He's just a fun looking dude. I'm gonna get him. I don't use him. Like I think he's sitting at level 20 or something. But sometimes I just can't resist collecting them because I think they look cool or because they're cool characters in the story. It's hot in here. Hold on a moment. All right, I'm back. Sushi is a little like heat generator. All right, Shinha. Mm, I'd have to put her in the category, not because I don't like her, but I just like she's got a nice aesthetic. She's got an interesting character. I just don't care. Like she's Chong Yoon's aunt. But like that's about as much as I care. I've done her story. I don't have her though. I tried to get her. Maybe I would like have her in one of the other categories if I had gotten her. Uh, let's see, Yunjin. Hmm, I can't just let you run around my laptop. You're very sharp. Please don't do that. Let's see. Yunjin's another one that goes in the category because like she's a like Chinese opera performer basically, and she's got a nice character design. She's got a nice like character story. Yeah, she does, and I think it's because she slept for most of the evening after I got back. So now she's like full of energy and nowhere to really go because I don't want to close my door and lock her out of my room to stream. Ah, don't do that, please. And since I'm wearing nails right now, I can't clip her claws, and she is very, very sharp. Are you causing problems on purpose? I bet you are. Let's see, Yai Miko. Um, she's a kitsune. She's the like high priestess of a shrine. She's friends with A. Like, she's really pretty. She gets into the smash category on like just like for two of those things. Alright, so another reason why I kind of wish that I put like a simp category in here because the moment he was announced, I started saving up everything I could just because I wasn't sure what he would need, and I was going to get him. I got him with money, with real life money, and I have not stopped using him ever since. That is probably the best money that I've spent on Genshin. Not that you should spend money on Genshin, that is a terrible idea. Do not fall down the same gotcha rabbit hole I have. Also, he has a, a bubble tea animation. And sometimes when I've got the map open, his animations will still play. So sometimes I'll have the map up and I'll just hear like, I don't think I can do it because my drink is full. But I'll just hear like him slurping on a straw. Yeah, I can't do it. My drink is too full. On the plus side, he does great damage. I don't remember the crit ratios I have on him right now. but he's got a nice high crit. Yelan, ooh, I remember. I know that. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. I like logged on to Project Sakai for the first time in a couple of months. Uh, today because of Hatsune Miku. Because today is also her uh birthday or anniversary or something. Let's see. Yolan. Mm, mm, I know about her. Cause like I have her. I remember nothing. She's got a really pretty design, and I've seen like cosplayers that cosplay her very very nicely. But I have a a lab assistant that I know that would kill me for putting her into the category because I just don't care, but I just don't care. Let's see. Shinobu. I would put her in the friends. Although I do think she needs a break from being caretaker to Ito. Because she's in the same she's in his like gang, but she is the mom friend. That's about as much as I can say for that one. Uh let's see. Hazo. I like Hazo. Hazo is a little shit. Hazo is a detective. He's also very fun to play. He was the first male catalyst, and he punches things. he punches he like oh he uses martial arts instead of just like flicking your wrist like most of the female catalysts do. And he's just overall fun. Let's see, Tainari I would want to be friends with because he knows a lot about plants, and I know nothing about plants. I can't keep anything alive. So glad that nobody let me get that Venus flytrap that I wanted because it would not be alive right now. I looked over because I could hear Sushi playing with her little like thing, like cat tower thing that's got like wooden balls in it, and she's chewing on the top of it, like as she's knocking the balls around. All right, Calais. Calais is one of my kids. She's been through enough. She's earned like multiple people protecting her. She is a like trainee forest ranger, I think. Uh, under Tainari. Yeah, Shinobu needs a break and a vacation because not only does she deal with Ito, but she also deals with all the rest of the gang. Dory, she's one that I just don't really care about either. Like, I have her. I also have Tainari, I have Kale, I have Shinobu. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I just don't really care about Dory. Nilu, I think Nilu would be an interesting person to be friends with. Not to mention, she very much seems like she could help you, like, talk your way into and out of situations. and that is a skill I would love to acquire better knowledge of. And she can dance. She can dance really pretty. Oh, look, Sana. I may or may not have also spent money on him because I may or may not have been waiting for him since like the first 2 weeks that I played the game because I discovered the like prequel comic thing that there was for it and encountered him and just I needed to know more. So I have Sino. And I have his weapon, which is not something I can often say for 5-star characters in Genshin because I am very bad at getting the weapons. Like he's the General Mahamatra, so he's like top dog in the academia's uh like legal department, I guess you would call it. And he tells bad jokes. I love it so much. I could sit there and listen to his lines where he's telling bad jokes all day. Let's see, Candace. Mm, she's another one that I'd have to put her in pass because like I think I wouldn't end up really wanting to be friends with her because like she just doesn't seem like the type of person that I would hang out with. And she's got a pretty design, but I also wouldn't want to smash her. But I do like her. She's interesting, and I've played her a bit. I have her. I think I have her C2 or C3. So I care about her enough that she wouldn't go into the category, but not enough for either of those. Let's see. Nahida. Nahida would probably go into the category because, like, I don't have her. But I also don't really have an interest in her at all. Layla. I think Layla would be an interesting one to be friends with. Because, like, she's very sleepy. She's got, like, an alternate personality that comes out when she sleeps. And then because like that one's running around doing all of this stuff, like studying and like writing papers and stuff like that, she doesn't really wake up refreshed. So she's constantly sleepy. She has a very soothing voice though. This little fucker. Wander. I have not changed my stance on Wanderer since the first time I saw him. Uh, I would smash him, and I think he'd try to punch me for it. Like, I think he'd try to punch me just because he could. He has reformed a little. He is a little bit nicer. He is. He is. mm, I think if he didn't have quite the personality that he does, he would probably also go into That's My Kid Now. Just because of how much trauma he's been through with being abandoned and like being cast aside as like the not good enough one and all of that. Also, yeah, he would totally hate it if you tried to adopt him in a little brother kind of way. He's he's like a cat. Like one of those cats that's very much a one person cat. He just like He does have that little brother energy, doesn't he? Let's see, Farzan, uh, she's another one that, like, pretty character design, but I just don't care about her. Let's see. What even was your name? I don't have you, so I don't remember. And you can just go there until I get you, because I don't really care until I have you. Also, I may or may not have also paid money for Wanderer because he's another one that from the moment I saw him, I was like, whenever he comes out, I have to have him. I'll have him. I tried. I tried so hard to get him. I tried every time he's come through. I get nothing. But he's educated. He is the scribe for the academia. And he's very tall. Like this I have mentioned before that I like have a thing for the tall ones, and he's very tall. Let's see. Daya, I would want to be friends with her because she's a very interesting character. Like she's a mercenary. I don't have her. I would love to have her. Like just for collection purposes. I don't even want to play her. I just want to be able to like go in and like get her friendship up and read her story. Mika, you are my child now. I tried to get Mika. He's a 4 star. So I just got really unlucky. Like I'm hoping it turns out to be a situation with Dory where like I just pull at some point on the standard banner and pull him because like I did not get Dory in the banner that she was introduced in. I was pulling in the standard banner to try to get Mona, to try to get her, and when I got a 4 star, it happened to be Dory. Kave up there. He would be my wifey. Like he's an architect. He's well educated. He's just he's a bit of an airhead. Yeah, I get the feeling that I'll be struggling to get Mona like all of my days. Like I if I could stream Genshin, I would the day that I get Mona just to run around in circles with her. And then like in the stream. Baiju. Um he's a doctor. Um the snake talks. Did you just eat a piece of carpet? No, you're playing with a toy. Okay. Oh, I got worried there. No, you're playing with a penny. Don't eat that. This is not the first time I've had to stop her from eating a penny. Like, right after I brought her home. Like, I think it was maybe the second or third week. She, like, hopped on my bed with a penny fully in her mouth, and at first I thought she was sticking out her tongue, and it was the penny sticking out. I don't know what it is with her and pennies. Uh, Baiju is also, like, the doctor that is caring for where she go for Chi Chi. Which to be fair, Chi Chi is probably in this category more because I keep losing 50/50s to her, and it makes me want to cry. Right, so, what was your name? I've forgotten your name. I know it was something that was like, Kirara, I have you. I just do not care. I got her because she's a cat girl, and that's about it. I got her for collection purposes. Lenny, he's a magician. I like magicians. And she's a, yeah, she apparently is. I just don't know where she's pulling these pennies from. Nope, nope. What you doing? Please not come barreling through my setup. Give me a little one. Here, I'll just hold you. Uh, Lynette, would it be awkward to smash one sibling and pass the other? It's like, Lynette's very sweet and all, but I don't think I'd end up being friends with her, and I don't want to smash her because she's too precious. Actually, I think she goes in That's My Kid now. Fremine. Um, Fremine is an interesting one because, like, he's very pretty and he has freckles. Yeah, true, I did. I did do that for Mikuni and Misono. Uh, Fremine is very pretty, and I don't know if I'd want to put him in That's My Kid Now or up here in Smash. Like, I'm gonna stick him in That's My Kid Now. Novelette. Novelette goes in Smash. Um, that is based solely on the bottom of his shoes. I'm not gonna lie. I don't still have it anywhere, but I had a screenshot of the bottom of his shoes because I told somebody that I wanted to steal his shoes. They're like really cool design and they're blue on the bottom. And then I think your name is pronounced Rio Thessley, but I may be wrong. You are also going in Smash because you look like you could be related to Gear, and that may or may not be a large majority of why I want to get you. Alright, so I've made it. Oh, it still went all the way down. Hold on. Let me just do that. I'm just gonna like move this into the middle here. And there we go. I'm just gonna leave it like that this time. Alright. So that is all of oh, sorry about that. I'm cracking like an old man. That is the Smasher Pass for Genshin. I still never did figure out exactly what this one down here is, because it just looks like a yeah, I mean I can't get myself gear uh, like properly. So I might as well go for the catalyst user that punches again, but like has the pretty. By the way, I have noticed that aside from Wanderer, both of the other male catalysts punch. Because Hazo and Rio Thessley both punch. Because I have seen leaks for Rio Thessley. I try my best to avoid leaks, but I have seen one for his attacks. So I wonder if that's going to be a trend with male catalysts. Alright, so that's two down. Oh, hey, so I did want to do this one. Like, just as a this is like a fun thing because I've also got the Niji Sanji ones. I set this up and then went, wait a second. I'm trying to not think about the fact that two of these graduated today. Why am I doing this one? And then I went ahead and kept it anyway, so there we go. So let's see. Yeah, so, sometimes I don't think things all the way through before I do them, and then I just decide to keep it up anyways. Let's see. Miyabi S tier. Uh, it is fascinating to watch the Rust server streams for them because it's not very hard to convince Miyabi to gamble apparently. Izuru also goes up in S tier. Izuru is just very nice to listen to. Uh, let's see, all except for from this blue one here, which is Altair, over through to these two, which I think are both graduated ones. Uh, like Altair, Magni, Axel, Vesper, Betel, Flayon, Haka, and Shinri are the only English ones. Except for maybe one of these. I don't think either of these are. I think both of those are graduated Japanese ones, but all of the rest are also Japanese. Let's see. I do not remember his name, but I don't really watch him. Like I've listened to some of his music and it's good. So I guess I'll put him in B since like I have like watched a little bit and I have listened to his music. I think this one's Rika. Rika has a very nice voice. Rika automatically goes up there. I don't remember this one's name either, but I haven't watched his point of view for like anything, and I haven't watched any of his streams. Uh, Tenma is an interesting one as well. Goes into A tier. I can't. I'm not good at describing like VTuber personalities, so I don't really. This one will probably go by really quickly because yeah, that that was such a great description, huh? I don't remember his name, but I've never watched him. Um, what is? Hold on. I think it's Shane, maybe. Yeah, Shin. He was actually the first one that I subscribed to like ages ago. Uh, like ages ago, before I even got into like Hollow Stars. And I subscribed to him for his music. So I think by default he should go up here since he got that like first spot. I don't remember his name either. I don't remember most of the ones that I don't really watch much of. Like I don't remember their names at all. Um, but his design is really really cool. Give me a minute because I'm going to have to look him up because I recommend like going and looking at his design. Origami Oga. Like he has a beautiful design, but I don't watch him. I do not remember his name, and I don't watch him either. Uyu. I don't really watch, but I do like his music. Uh, Gamma, also in that same category. I do not remember this one's name, but I do know that I like their music. I like his music. And then we get into the ones that like, well, I'm gonna put these in here because I actually don't know their names and I know I've never watched them. Then we get into the ones that I like actually watch, like on a regular basis. Altair is interesting. I'm gonna put him in A tier. Let's see. Magni goes up there. I adored Magni. Magni's one of the ones that graduated today, officially graduated today, but haven't done any streaming or anything since like beginning of July. Axel, I don't really watch Axel all that much compared to the others. So like just based on the fact that I don't really watch him, he goes down here. Like same with Shinri actually. I just don't watch them all that much, and I haven't heard much of their music either. Vesper goes up here because Vesper has some wild stories. Vesper's the other one that officially graduated today. Like, if you ever want to hear some wild stories to make you wonder what the fuck someone has done in their life, go look up Vesper's stories. Battle. I really like Battle. Battle, despite having been subscribed to Shein first, Battle was the one that really got me into watching Hollow Stars. Like, so Battle is an interesting one that has a that I don't know if he still does. I haven't heard him do one recently, but had a lot of like food rants early on. And he made a like you can find a clip of it. He made tacos for the first time. I recommend finding that clip of it because it I feel like it tells a lot about him. Let's see, Flayon. Flayon. I would put in B because I do watch Flayon more than the two of them, and I like the covers that he's put out. And then Haka also goes in A tier. I actually no, Haka can go in. Haka can go in S tier because Haka has like really cool music. I really like Haka's music. All right, so that's those, and then there's let's see. I think I'm gonna do like two more because I'm gonna do like the Niji Sanji En one, and then the Niji Sanji one that's like all branches. Very specifically because I want to get to Chronoir because they are my favorite in the Japanese branch. All right, so Reimu. I'm gonna put Reimu in a B because like I like her, I just don't watch her much. Uh, Vox can go up in A tier. Ike can go up in S tier because Ike has an amazing like death metal scream, and he can pull that out of like nowhere. Um, so Vox and Ike are both part of Luxium, with Mista, who was the one that I like watched the graduation stream of the other day, and Mista also goes in S tier. But Luxium in general was the first ones that I like really like started watching male VTubers, because like I'd watched Girl DM for like quite a while, and like some of the other like female Niji Sanji ones, like I'd watch some Nina and like Finana and Illyra, but they were the ones that were just that was like the first male wave that I really watched. And then it all spiraled from there, and now here I am. Luca can go in A tier. Luca and Shu, which is this one here, who can also go in S tier, are so precious. Like, they're both, like, very sweet. Not to say that the others aren't, but they are both, like, extra sweet. Fulgur. Okay, so for the next four, and when we get down to it, you go down here. Um, I had just gotten my second part of my COVID vaccine when they debuted, and they debuted the day that it really kicked in that next day after I got it. So I was like not feeling good. And they were the first VTuber debuts I got to watch. And apparently that memory will forever be tied to me feeling like total shit. Cause like I watched okay, so I watched parts of all of them because I was in and out of sleep the entire time. And I remember watching the beginning of Uki's, and like his music video like intro, and like him introducing himself, and then nothing, and then I remember the very end of the stream. So I'm assuming I slept through most of it. Same thing with like Fulgur's. I remember clicking on it, and then I remember the tail end of the stream. So I'm assuming I slept through that one too. I know that I watched parts of Albin and Sunny's, but I don't remember any of it. And then I remember Yugo's. So okay, so Fulgur also goes in A tier. Uki goes in S tier. Alvin goes in A tier. Sunny goes in B tier just because I don't watch him as much as the rest of them. I remember for the first 12 to 24 hours, I had a ton of energy for some reason. Like, I couldn't stay still and needed to do stuff. And then after that, I slept for like 24 hours. Yeah, that's basically how I felt. But, like, like, I did not get out of bed after that first, like, 24 hours. Like, I went in one day, actually, for about the first, like, 12 hours. I don't even know if it, like, lasted 24 hours. I, like, went in, got my shot, was, like, jamming along, woke up the next morning, I was like, oh, that was not good. I think I just had like a harsh reaction to it. But in the end, when I got COVID last year and lost my sense of taste and sense of smell, that was probably the worst I had it. Like I mean, I felt like trash for a few days, but other than that, and then my sense of smell and taste didn't come back right. So sometimes I can't just straight up can't smell things or can't taste them. It was not fun eating like roasted turkey at Thanksgiving with my family and only getting texture. Okay, let's see. Continuing on with Pomu. Pomu's one that I don't watch a whole lot, but I do enjoy her when I watch her, so I should probably watch her more. Alira also goes up here because like I don't watch her as much as I watch some of the others. Finana, I catch her occasionally. Like I watched her one of her outfit debut streams, but that's about it. So she just goes down here not because I don't like her, but because I just watch her so little, but I do watch her. Uh Rosame is in the same like category there where like I catch her very occasionally. Like for the like I saw some of her like game stream. Ooh, that is not fun. I maybe that's why I cook with so much less salt now. Maybe it messed up my sense of taste of salt. I cook with so many more spices now than I used to. Yeah, like okay. So I went back to work after the, usual time frame and for weeks afterwards I was just so exhausted that I would come home and almost immediately go to sleep. Like even after just like a like 4-hour shift. I'm still unhappy about that. Because that was like a massive lull in my gaming that I did not expect, and I was like I almost missed daily logins because of it, and that was what I was most pissed about. Not that I ended up getting COVID, not that I was out for like an extended period of time sick, that I almost missed daily logins. Oh yay! I always support garlic. Like I just wait until the day that like I have one day I want to have like a little greenhouse, and when I do, I'm going to try to grow garlic in it. I say this despite the fact that I can't keep plants alive because I love cooking with garlic. It is one of my favorite seasonings. Let's see, Celine. Celine goes in S tier. Uh, I like Petra. Like I've seen like her talking with the others and like collabing with them, but I just don't watch her. Yeah, I'm glad you've gotten a lot better because like I I did have enough energy to make it like to and from work, but I was going for like maybe 20 minutes into my shift and then I'd have to sit down and take a breather. And like considering how close I live to the lab, I obviously don't have to drive very far. Like so I think if I had to drive farther, I probably would have just said screw it. Hello. Let's see, Nina. Oh, Nina was S tier, like without a doubt. I cried during her graduation stream. How are you today? Let's see. Anna. I don't really watch Anna. Same with Millie. Yugo was also S tier. So Yugo graduated, and Mista has graduated off of this list, and Nina's graduated off of this list. And that does make me sad, but it is what it is. Uh, this column right here is very specific because there is one VTuber on this list that was only in there for like only in Niji Sanji for like 2 or 3 months before she was terminated. Uh, It's going. I'm doing tier lists so that I don't have to think about all the graduations that I've seen this month for company VTubers. It's not going very well because I'm now doing tier lists with those VTubers in it. Let's see, Rin. I like Rin's music, but I don't really watch him all that much, so I'm putting him down here. Yeah. Uh, Maria. I don't watch her either. Kyo, I do watch occasionally. Like not as much as the others up here, but definitely more than like them. Aya, she has interesting D&D streams. She can go up here. Let's see. Aster, I don't watch him much, but he is interesting when I watch him. He's another one that I should probably watch more often. Scarla, I have only seen her cooking streams, and they terrify me. So she gets to go up here. Uh, let's see. There, I think he's interesting. I don't watch him as much as I would like, but that's because for some reason, he never shows up on my, I almost called it a dash. We're not on Tumblr anymore. We're on YouTube, and I don't remember feed. uh, but I really like I like Veer's design. Veer has a very nice design. That's a very pretty color. Uh, Doppio, he also goes up here. I, he's adorable. Like I can't, I don't know how to describe him other than adorable. Let's see. Hex. I don't really watch Hex much. I do watch him occasionally, but he has such a deep voice that if there's like any kind of background noise, it blends in. Like if there's any kind of like game noise or like other people talking or anything, his voice blends into the background for me because it's so deep. Let's see. Kotaka's interesting, but I just like outside of the debut, I haven't really watched her much. Same with Melika. Her, Zion. She's the one that left before I like ever even watched the stream of hers. Let's see. These are the new ones. Let's see. What are their names? I have to Google things now. I know this one is Wilson because I watched him. I guess he can go up here because I do watch him like at least fairly often compared to these two. His expressions are entertaining. Like he has a very expressive model. Okay, Vantacrow. I watched his debut, but I haven't really watched him since then. No, wait, I did because I watched part of his Minecraft stream. He can go in this tier. And then uh, Vesalius. I watched his debut too. Um, he has a very pretty accent. Uh, I haven't really watched him much since his debut though. So there we go. Which yeah, this about lines up to what I thought it was going to end up being. Because like I have merch for Uki and Celine, like from Niji Sanji, and I have like a little phone key strap for Nina and a keychain for Mista that I got off of Etsy. I wanted to get Mista's like 1 year acrylic stand, and I I forgot. Not gonna lie, I just forgot. Whoops. Oh, it's time again. All right. Now that that one's done, I'm going to do the this one with like all the branches. And like I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these I don't watch. So there's the don't watch section is going to be huge by the end of this. Cuz like I don't watch any of these ones. I don't know their names. Like like they have very pretty designs. I feel like I should know this one, but I don't. I'm actually subscribed to him. I don't remember what his name is. We're still just like blowing through this entire list of ones that I don't watch. Because Nichi Sanji has so many talents. Like even just in the English side, there's still a lot of them. And then when you add in the Japanese and the like former branches that have been dissolved, there's tons of them. Okay, here we go. Chronoir, Kane, and Kuzuha. There we go. That was what I was doing this entire tier list for, so I could get to them. I'm still gonna like finish doing the rest of these because there's a couple of others that I do watch in this list. But we are going to have a majority ones that I just like do not know. I think I've actually watched this one a little bit. I don't remember. I don't remember the name. This one has an interesting design. Like I might have to go investigate. So many. And like I'm not gonna lie, if you manage to like if you watch Japanese VTubers and you manage to watch some of all of Niji Sanji, I have like massive respect for you because that takes dedication. Oh, you are very pretty. I'm going to have to go investigate you too. Oh, I look at that dog. I think this one was mentioned by some of the EN streamers recently, but I don't remember her name. It's just so. I think I'm going to have to scroll down to continue. Yeah. By the time we get back to ones that I like, no, I'm going to have to like scroll way up. Uh, oh, you have a cool design too. I like your hair color. We're almost to one I know. I like the design of this one too. I may have to go investigate this one too. Um, I feel like I know this one. I do. I just don't remember a name. You can go ahead here. Um, okay. So I'm subscribed to him. I don't watch him all that much, but I'm subscribed to him, and I know I am. There's another couple of like very familiar ones coming up too. Like I'm very limited in my knowledge of Japanese, so like most of outside of the ones that I'm like dedicated to watching, I kind of just go with clips that have English subtitles. But I am subscribed to and watch occasionally him. Um, Same with him. I would have to look up names because I like. Actually, I'm gonna put you down here and put him up here because like I am when there's this many to remember names for, and I don't watch them very often. I often have to look up names and like refer back to the channel and stuff a lot. Oh, that one's pretty. I'm gonna have to go back and find out. You come up here. Ah, come here. You go up here. Very nice music. I'm also subscribed to you, but I don't really watch you. And we're back on the lovely train of putting them in don't watch. Let's see. Oh, Oliver is the reason I cried during Nina's graduation stream because I heard him sniffle, and that was it. I started crying. I think I'm subscribed to all of you. I watch him some. Yeah, a lot of the designs are cool. Like I've seen how much commissions cost for like some of the artists that they use, and trust me, the designs are cool because they are paying a lot of money to be able to get like top tier designs. Because like the artists are not cheap, and like honestly, well worth the money. This one looks like it could be in. She could be in Project Sakai. I'm not subscribed to you, but I might have to go track you down. You pretty. I vaguely remember seeing like you and you recently, but I don't remember exactly what context. I don't watch y'all though. Should I should really find out your names. Like I really like this design. This design is so fun. Oh, hiccup. Sorry. All right, and we're back to EN. Which since I literally just did that, I'm going to just like leave it at this and just having done the like Japanese and wait, was Mika in this? Because I watched Mika, and I just like tuned her out when I was putting them up here. Because Mika Melodica was originally part of like Niji Sanji ID, and then it got dissolved and just kind of thrown in with Niji Sanji. Huh. I don't see her anywhere in there. Which I might just be overlooking her because there's a bunch of them. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, that she looks like an alt like outfit for Kahane, which is very cute. I hope when I actually get around to it, their fifth anniversary Chrono War stuff is still on sale because it looked really cool. I don't know when I'll get around to it though, being perfectly honest. Well, now that one's done, maybe I will like slowly plow through all of these. Ensemble stars. Yeah, sure, why not? So I've played a Japanese version of this, and then I have like played daily the English version now that it's out. And because I have witnessed server shutdowns for English versions of games quite often, I would say uh, there there's not a Demon Slayer one at the moment. Um, I am planning the next time that I do this, because I do want to do tier lists again. I am planning to do a Demon Slayer one. I just couldn't find one exactly like I liked, that like included everybody that I wanted to include. So I'll either like actually make one, or I'll find one that like fits next time. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. I wanted to do ones of those too, but it was either hadn't been updated in quite a while, or like only anime, which for Chainsaw Man does leave out a lot. So okay, this game. I every single day when there's a notification for like the notices, I I check it to make sure that it's not them announcing the server shutdown for the English version, because like I worry about that all the time because I like this game so much. Okay, so first off, Adonis, he's I like him. He's an interesting character. He's like big and like scary looking, but very sweet and very full of hunger for meat. Yeah, it is always a shame when with servers, fuck birds, servers shut down. But it is what it is. Either they feel like they're making enough money to keep it viable, or they don't. And I mean, you can only do but so much. Ira, Ira is adorable too. But like, he's one of the ones that I just like. I'm kind of about. Like, I think he's adorable, and I like his character. But there are other characters that I like much more. Akiyomi, I like him. He's an interesting dude. He's one of the. I don't remember if he's still one of the teachers, or if he just works at Ensemble Square by the second one. Anzu is not present in like the actual game that you get to see her, but Anzu is like the protagonist. Arashi, I've seen the anime for this, and the anime I love it. And one day I will find it on Blu-ray and add it to my collection of Blu-rays. But Anzu is quite precious, like both as the character you're playing and as her own character in the anime. So she goes up in S tier. Arashi. Okay, I adore Arashi. Uh, Arashi is uh I would call her controversial a bit because like if you look at the stories that have been written by like I can't remember the name, like the oh I still have that open. Hold on. I'm loading up Ensemble Source so that I can look at the names of the writers. But for some of them, it I don't know how to explain it. Just like some of them, it kind of leans more towards possibly non-binary, and others it leans more towards trans. But like for instance, Ritsu, wherever Ritsu is, Ritsu used to call Arashi Naru-kun, and Arashi specifically requested that she be called Naru-chan instead, and does often refer to herself with more feminine pronouns. But like, anyways, S tier, hands down, amazing. Also, like besties for my boy Mika wherever he went. Mika, let's see, Chiaki, an interesting one. Like, I'll put him in A tier because like he's like the dad friend, but if the dad friend was also like the big brother friend, but was also the chaotic teenage friend. Aichi, bitch. Okay, look, Aichi has gone through quite a bit of character development, but that does not make him like that. That does not make me like him anymore. Um, he's gone through quite a bit of character development, and I do like him much more than when I first started. Because when I like first started and read the OG story for it, I was like, oh wow, this bitch. But he's come around quite a bit. I appreciate his character development, but I still find him to be a bitch. Hajime, uh, Hajime can go up here because Hajime kind of scares me a little bit. Like Hajime's got some darkness hidden somewhere in there. I can guarantee it. Also, Hajime's a little bit of a weirdo. Hero. Uh, honestly, you can go down here with Ira. I like Hero. I just like don't do much with Hero. Himeru. Himeru can go in A tier because like Himeru talks in third person, but also Himeru has what I call like the elegance effect, where like any song that he's like the main slash starting singer for sounds so elegant, and it's like completely out of place with the other Crazy Bee songs. Where's your brother? You are. Oh, fuck. Are you Hinata or are you Yuta? You're in pink, so you're Hinata. I'm putting both of Two Wing in the S tier because I really like them, but they're also voiced by Soma Saito, who is one of my favorite, like actually my favorite Japanese voice actor. I bought the CD not because I thought I would like the music, but because of their voice actor. Let's see, Hiyori. Uh, I like you. You just really extra. Uh, let's see, Hokuto. You can go and be like you're cool, but like I find almost all of the all of Trickstar to be quite boring in comparison to the others. And I think it's because they're the protagonists of the first one. So like I think they're designed to be like the most likable one. I haven't seen that character yet. Because I've done like no research into that game. I'm going to play it blind when I play it. Let's see. Ibra. Ibarra? I suck at pronunciation. But you can go up here. You're also extra, but in an entirely different way from him. You're like military extra. Senna, well, Izumi. I like Izumi. Izumi once kidnapped uh Makoto. Um, to try to talk him into being a model again. Like I'm not entirely sure what path Izumi's mind had to take to go from let's have a nice chat about it. Oh, he's running away from me again because he doesn't want to have this conversation again. To I'll just kidnap him, but he did. So yeah. Let's see, Jin. You can go down here just because I have like no interest in you. Both Jin and Akiomi are retired idols, and I in the first one they're teachers. Yeah, modern problems do require modern solutions. That is true. And I guess Izumi went with the modern solution. But I do like him as a character. He's a very interesting character. I'm not very good at describing his character because, like, I feel like he gets stereotyped into like the yandere thing because of the way he interacts with Makoto. But he is quite smart and he is very talented. Like, he's a model. He's an actor. He's an idol. He's very talented. Let's see, June. Uh, you can go up here. Yeah, he's got everything except for the like boyfriend that he wants. Although he has done quite a bit to mend relations with Makoto since then. Ooh, Kanata, the wet boy. You can go. Actually, no, you can go up here. I. He got everything. He got Riz for everybody except for Makoto. Uh, Kanata, I adore. Like, he loves water, and he loves aquariums, and he loves the ocean, and he can't swim, and it does not stop him from getting into uh the water. And he has been has they have had to like the rest of his unit has had to rescue him. Yeah. And at one point in one of the most recent events, one of them makes the comment that I think one of them makes the comment that like Uh, Kanata, where is Kanata? Oh, he's like out at the beach or something. And I'm like, why? Why did you let this boy near the water without supervision? Because like all the rest of them are there. Yeah, I used to be able to swim, but I did break both ankles in an accident several years back, and I haven't like they don't move quite as smoothly anymore, so I can't really swim as well as I used to. All right, Kaoru, the wannabe playboy. I'm actually quite fond of him. No, come here, come here, come here, come here, Sushi. There we go. Uh, I am like terrified of uh water that I can't see the bottom of, and the oceans around me are not very clear, so I can't make myself go out past like mid calf. Yeah, it does sound like it's lots of fun though. I would just like absolutely have to do it in crystal clear water. Let's see. Are you having fun like folding yourself up? Let's see, Kato. Hmm. You're going into B because like you're an interesting character, but I'm not gonna lie, I like your unit mates a whole lot more. Koga. Koga goes in S tier. I like how like aggressively energetic Koga is. Like the man got spirit, and he is channeling it all. Kohaku, Kohaku can go in A because like I like him. I want to baby him, but I feel like he would not like being babied. Uh, Kiryu, you can go up here too. I like that he can sew. I also have a soft spot for him because Shu and him are childhood friends, and like Shu would occasionally like need to be carried places, so Kiryu would just carry him there. Leo. Leo gets to go up here. I like Leo. Leo is like a genius composer and very much cares about his friends, but does so in very strange ways sometimes. Madara. Madara can go up here in S plus because he's another one that very much cares about his friends, but does it in very strange ways. Also, he's just a little weird, and he's tall. Like he's one of the tallest ones. Uh, he's also very strong and has been known to just toss someone over his shoulder and walk off with them, like when he needs them to get to go somewhere with him. Like one of the artworks, I think it was in the original game, like one of the CGs for one of the cards was him with, I think it was Shinobu, this one here, thrown over his shoulder. Alright, and we're back to Trickstar, which also goes in B, because I just kind of find them bland and boring. Yeah. Okay, so I said most of Trickstar was kind of bland and boring, and I think it was the like protagonist syndrome. Mao is the exception. I do like Mao. He's a funky little dude. All right, so uh, Mayoi can go here, like with the rest of Alkaloid. Like I like Alkaloid, but I they also suffer from the same like, oh, you're supposed to be like the main like poster boy unit kind of thing that Trickstar does. Midori, I love Midori. Midori is adorable. He stumbled into being an idol and then just kind of went with it, and he's like made his peace with that now. But he used to like act so miserable, and I treasure like every single card that has a CG of him smiling. Like even if it's just a tiny smile. I also like his cards that have him looking really distressed. But I'm very fond of characters looking really distressed too. Like I went all out in the most recent event so that I could get the 5-star card because Nagisa looked so like ah. Okay, S tier. Actually, I need to make a like separate column here. Add row above. This one. I'm gonna put it as purple. Let's see. You know what? This one will get labeled as like my Oshi as well, because like this is the unit that I like put all of my effort into on Ensemble Stars, and it's Valkyrie, which is Shu, which will be coming up eventually, and Mika. I'll go ahead and drag Shu up here, but like I love the two of them. Like they are my top two favorite characters. Uh, Mitsuru, Bread Boy. Here you go. Almost like so many of his artworks that I saw and like things that I saw him talking about like before I started playing the game when I was first getting into it was bread related. So like now I just call him Bread Boy. And we've made it to Nagisa, who also goes in the S plus category. Yeah, he loves bread, which is perfectly okay. Let's see. Nagisa is up here. Nagisa is one that I like legitimately would have thought that he would have tried to eat a rock at least once in his life. Like he has a special interest in rocks, and I fully support him for it. Let him have a ball. All right, Natsume. He goes up here too. Yeah, rocks are cool. Natsume is a I don't remember if his phrase is, yeah, true. Some rocks do look. Oh, hiccup. Very edible. Um, Natsume is. I don't remember if it's phrased as a sorcerer or a magician. I think it's magician. But he has a very unique speech pattern. Like Kanata has a unique speech pattern in that he speaks so slowly that all of his lines are written in hiragana, which is very useful for when you can't read much kanji. Um, but like even his like song lyrics for his solo song are written in hiragana. Like that's how slowly he talks. And he only writes in hiragana, with the exception of one word that's written in katakana, which is hero. And apparently, it drives the teachers absolutely up the wall that he doesn't use kanji. But Natsume has an interesting speech pattern in that, like in Japanese, the last like word of his word or couple of words of his sentences are in I think katakana. I haven't played the Japanese version like story wise in a hot minute, but like in the English version, it capitalizes the last couple of words, the last couple of letters of the sentence. So it's just like interesting, and he also like tries to hypnotize you for first time like he meets you. I think he does occasionally say things that are in a like different font, and I think the prevailing theory is that he's trying to cast a spell when he says things like that. He has made a comment that Soma right here is the only one that he's been able to hypnotize, and it's because Soma is so trusting. Alright, Nazuna. Nazuna goes in S tier. I like Nazuna. Nazuna used to be part of Valkyrie. Um, like way before the start of the original story, he was in Valkyrie. Now he is in Rabbits, which is with Bread Boy and Hajime, and what was your name? Tomiya, I think. Tomiya is the one that I call the boring one because, like, in comparison to the rest of the characters in this game, he just doesn't seem to be all that interesting. I'll go ahead and move him. Like, he's in C tier for me. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, Natsume would have a ball with the Friend Sim MC. Like, there's no doubt. Like, I don't even think Natsume would have to like actually hypnotize the Friend Sim MC. I think the Friend Sim MC would just hear friendship and just go along with whatever was going on. Does that seem like a great idea? No. Let's see. Nikki. I like Nikki. Uh, I just don't have any thoughts on Nikki, but I really like Nikki's design. And his solo song was very interesting. It made me hungry. You might be able to do so with My Hero, but it would depend on the day. And Kuro's lots of stuff. Yeah, like I think he'd be more likely to be able to do it with like beginning of the story, My Hero, and not as much with like later on down the line. Ray. Oh, Ray goes in S plus tier. Ray is the character. So, Ray's the character that I sent for. Like, like out of all of these, Ray is the one that I sent for. Him and his brother Ritsu are about as close to vampires as this game will get. And like, he drinks tomato juice because he doesn't like blood. Alright, Rene. Well, Rene? He goes in S tier too. I borderline simp for him. Like, it gets real close sometimes. Let's see. Ritsu. Ritsu also goes in S plus tier because Ritsu is like Sleepy Boy, but also he does drink blood, or at least he's joked about it. And he can bake things, and apparently they taste great, but they look terrible. Oh, how could I sad? I don't really care about you either. No offense. Shinobu. Um, you can actually go up here in S tier just based on your solo song because your Shinobu's solo song is like so fun to listen to. The entire uh the entire album for hold on, I don't remember how to pronounce it. Give me a second. Ryu Setai. The entire album for it sounds like superhero music, which makes sense because they're a superhero themed unit. But it's so fun to listen to, and it like really gets you pumped when you're going somewhere and you don't really want to go there. I listen to it on the way to doctor's appointments. Sora. Okay, you can go in A tier. Sora is Natsune's like apprentice, but Sora also like sees auras. All right, Soma. Soma can go in A tier. I like Soma because Soma is like so genuine and trusting and gullible. But like he's 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 like very loyal to his friends, but gets like very disappointed in them if they lie to him even in the slightest. Right, you can go into this tier. You are another of Trickstar, Subaru, Akihoshi. I remember your last name better than I remember your first name. Yeah, I also like went to great lengths in one of the recent events to get his 5 star. Like I don't remember if I spent money to actually get to the point in the points. Wow, that was a mouthful. That I needed to get him, but it was both Kanata and Soma had 5 stars, and I wanted them both. So I looked at the points list to see which one was the first one you would get with points, and chose the other one to get like as just the standard along the event path one, and then worked my way to the point marker to get the other one. I don't do that very often. Like I've done that with that one, and I did that with one of Valkyrie's events because actually that was more of an accident. I'm not gonna lie. I uh I was try harding the Valkyrie event because Valkyrie's my people. Uh, and ended up with both 5 stars from that. I actually think I got two of Mika's 5 stars in that event because I think it was the first 5 star that came up, and then I just kept going and got the other 5 star. That was for Kohaku actually. All right, Tatsumi, um, godly man. Like one of the first times you see him, I think he's carrying a Bible. He can go in A tier just because I think he's an interesting one. There's events that will come eventually in the English storyline that will, like, I think reveal more about him, if I remember correctly. but I didn't bother to see translations when the events were up in the Japanese version, so eh, I'll figure it out when it gets put out in English. Okay, Tetra. Uh, you can go here because like you're adorable, but uh, you're just kind of boring to me. Like I don't even know how to explain it because I don't think boring is the right word. I just think he's not my type of character. He does, however, like very much look up to Kiryu. They're on like the same, or they were on the same like club in school. But Kiryu has graduated since then. But if you listen to Kiryu's solo song and then you listen to Teto's solo song, you can tell that he like looks up to him like just by the way the song sounds. Like it doesn't sound identical, but it definitely sounds like it could have been inspired by it. Tori, the little pink demon. Not gonna lie, you kind of go into this here with Aichi. So Tori at the very beginning of the story is like very much a sadistic character. Uh, and he has also grown a lot since the start of the story. But because of the way he was at the start of the story, I do still call him a little pink demon. He's kind of spoiled because of Yuzuru, who is right there. Um, Yuzuru can also go in this category. But that's just because Yuzuru is another one that I. Give me a minute. Oh, you're out? Okay. Quit getting in there. Never mind. Since you got out. Uh, yeah, sadists are fun. And Tori was like, I would have to go back to the very beginning to remember exactly why Tori was like that, but Tori has grown so much. Just like H.E. has, but that doesn't bring him any higher up on my list. And User is down here because, well, where Tori goes, he goes, more or less. So he's like literally Tori's butler. Uh, Sakasa, you can go up here. You're adorable. Um, Sadists like obsessively following the rules and enjoying watching uh people who don't get in trouble. Because like he was on student council, so like none of the above, I guess. Yeah. Like the first time you see him, he is actively being the no fun police. All right, Samugi. My opinion on Samugi has changed drastically over the course of time because I did not like Samugi at the beginning, and not like it's not like I knew at the time that he had been part of the original Fine, which is this one, this one, this one, and Wataru down here. Yeah, first impression of Shamrock type of deal. Yeah, like Tsumuki used to be part of Fine with Aichi, um, Nagisa, and Hiyori. And I did not know that at the time when I did not like Tsumugi. Like, I'd already started growing to like him by the time I found that out, and I was like, oh. So at one point, you were directly against your, like, Nail best friend. Just gonna move you over here to be with him. That you're like nail on a unit with. But they got through their troubles. And Smoothie five-star cards like to come to me. In fact, one of the 5 stars that I got in my pool that gave me 3 different 5 stars was a second of one of his 5 stars. All right, and then Water, which I really like Water. Water is a weirdo, but like in a theater kid way, in a good way, which makes sense because he's in the theater club. But like, you ever want to see two characters that like very obviously have crushes on each other and like if the show would let them if the show or game would let them date, they would be dating. It would be Aichi and Water. Like they're adorable together. One of Water's 5 star cards includes like him showing off a picture that he took with Aichi when they were out at lunch one day. And it's very cute. Alright, so how many more do I have? I think I'm going to. I kind of want to do the Twisted Wonderland one, but I'm also almost 4 hours into this, and I'm supposed to like be at the lab at like 11 tomorrow. I do not know if I wanna if I'm going to be uploading this one as a VOD since it's just tier lists. Oh, that's adorable. Sushi doesn't really make biscuits. Like she does occasionally, but like not all that much. Hmm. Um, Twisted Wonderland is going to will be quite a bit of a long one, so I may save that one for next time. Uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it tonight. This was a very fun stream, though. I think I am going to upload it, like just because I like to have a record of all of my streams, with the exception of like the schedule planning ones, because those aren't really like gaming streams or like anything like this. Right. Good night.